How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some unsettling videos that can't quite be explained. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content just like this.
Our first terrifying video comes from the YouTube channel Real Ghost, a channel dedicated to sharing videos shot by amateurs that they claim feature actual ghosts. This footage comes from their store of unsettling videos. The video is set in a sparsely wooded area in Japan. The camera is unsteady, almost as if the videographer's hands were shaking as they moved the camera around to capture a full view of the area. The footage is blurry as well, making it difficult to get a clear view of anything that passes in front of the lens. But the area does appear to be empty of life, save for the person behind the camera. The shot passes in front of the same areas numerous times before something suddenly changes. Out of nowhere, the figure of a woman in a long white dress appears next to a tree. Although her position makes it look as though she's walking, the figure is completely still. The camera passes over her quickly, almost as if the videographer didn't notice her at first. When the shot quickly returns to the spot where the woman stood, she's disappeared without a trace. Many viewers have alleged that the video is fake, pointing to the unmoving figure as evidence that the ghost was staged. However, its sudden appearance and quick departure is definitely unnerving. YouTube user Fexed is known for uploading videos of people doing fun and bizarre things. The fact that the channel has only ever uploaded this one ghost video makes the footage all the more disturbing, as it's less likely that it was staged for the sake of YouTube fame. In the video, the man holding the camera states that he was hanging out at home when he heard a strange noise over his head. He checked inside a nearby closet and found a hole in the ceiling.
There's a hole in my closet.
Assuming a small animal had made its way into the space beneath the roof, he decides to use his camera to investigate. When he puts the camera through the hole, he quickly captures the image of a pair of green glowing eyes looking out from the darkness. The space is too dark to capture anything else, but the man is still shaken. He still believes it's an animal, however, and places the camera in the hole again for a better look. This time he captures some eerie audio. As he films the creature, the camera picks up the sound of high-pitched laughter. The sound is enough to terrify the man, and he quickly abandons the hole in the ceiling. Let's take a look at another gem from Real Ghost's archive of unsettling videos. To make matters even more frightening, this footage comes not from a desolate spot in the woods, but from the inside of a place that should be perfectly safe, a children's playroom. The footage comes from a closed-circuit security camera set to monitor the playroom. It was shot around midnight in the basement playroom in a private residence. The video begins with a shot of various toys scattered around the playroom floor. Then a ball suddenly starts to twitch and then rolls across the floor. No one enters the room before the toy begins to move. After a few more seconds of stillness, a toy lawnmower also begins to roll around on its own, as does a riding toy. A rocking horse begins to sway and a teddy bear flips over. At one point, a rocking chair moves. Shortly after, the TV turns on. The chair begins to rock faster and faster, only stopping when the TV shuts off, almost as if a ghostly child has been rocking in the chair while watching the TV. Parents at home believe the footage depicts ghostly children enjoying the toys late at night, when they believe no one is watching. I'd love to get your opinions on this curious piece of footage. What do you think? Is it real or fake? Let us know in the comment section below. Pavlov's Palace was built in St. Petersburg, Russia in the 18th century for Tsar Paul I. Tsar Paul attempted to bring change to Russia by rooting out corruption and providing greater rights to peasants. These changes angered much of the Russian nobility, several of which stormed his bedroom to strangle and trample him to death. Although his death occurred at another imperial residence, many believe that his ghost now haunts Pavlov's palace. In several unsettling videos from the palace's security cameras, the staff that currently work there now believe they've found proof of the Tsar's ghostly presence. In each video, a bizarre orb floats slowly past the camera. While many may believe that the so-called orbs are actually bits of dust catching the light, the orbs in these videos move in ways inconsistent with that theory. Instead of moving quickly in random paths, these orbs move slowly in straight lines, while pulsating in and out. Although this is not conclusive proof that Tsar Paul I haunts Pavlov's palace, the video raises questions about the former monarch's eternal haunt. In the United States, Alaska is known as the last frontier. As one of the last states to become an official part of the country, and one that is more wilderness than most other states, Alaska is among the most mysterious locations in the US. Therefore, it isn't surprising that Alaska is often the setting for strange videos. YouTuber Now You Know is known for bringing bizarre and mysterious videos to the attention of their followers. This particular video has brought to mind videos of Nessie, the elusive Loch Ness monster that has been famous for centuries. This footage was shot by a tourist on a boat in the waters of Alaska. The tourist began to film when pieces of a nearby glacier began to fall. Little do they know they were about to capture footage of a mysterious cryptid. The clip shows a total of 7 strange spikes sticking up out of the water. They appear in 2 separate groups as if attached to the neck and tail of an underwater creature. No one's been able to provide a theory naming a known animal that could be responsible for the spikes in the video, so many viewers are certain that the footage contains evidence of an unknown cryptid. In another of LiveLeak's unsettling videos, amateur videographers claim to have captured footage providing evidence of a real-life spirit. This footage comes from a playground in Saudi Arabia. In the first clip, we see a close-up shot of a swing moving back and forth on its own. While some may believe that the videographer or an accomplice pushed the swing before starting to film, the way the swing moves proves this theory impossible. When a swing continues moving after it's been pulled, the movement usually gradually slows down until the swing comes to a stop. In this clip, the swing continues, moving at a steady pace from beginning to end. The chains holding the swing even twist slightly at various points, something that would be impossible without an outside force acting on the swing. A second video quiets naysayers who believe that an unseen accomplice must have been using a string to move the swing off camera. In the second clip, a passerby shoots the scene from their car several yards away from the playground. The video shows the entire area around the swing, proving that there were no additional accomplices moving the swing. Wind can also be ruled out as the other swings are perfectly still. In that case, what did cause the swing to move like this? Perhaps a playful ghost looking for one last go at a childish amusement. This next bizarre video comes from Bashkortostan, Russia, courtesy of Kurtov German. This video also seems to depict an encounter with a strange and terrifying cryptid. The footage was shot from the inside of a moving car. Through the car's window, we see a large field of tall grass. The car's passengers sound alarmed, though at first the video doesn't show what it is that's given them such a fright. The footage is blurry from being shot through the window of a bouncing car. However, we eventually get a look at the cause of their alarm when a large humanoid creature appears in the grass. The figure is just a shadow, but its body appears large and strong. As the footage continues, the creature chases the car as the driver attempts to flee. The creature has no problem keeping up with the vehicle, seeming to move with supernatural speed. Many believe that the video depicts a creature similar to the Bigfoot or Yeti. However, while Bigfoots are often thought of as reclusive and strive to stay away from people, this creature pursues the car for several minutes. Its intentions are clear, but they look far from peaceful. So what do you think this creature could be? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comment section below. Before we get to that number one spot and take a look at some truly unsettling poltergeist footage, remember to hit that subscribe button and tickle the bell icon. That way you'll be in the loop about all our latest videos. Raul Aguelo was a security guard at Thomas Adolfo Duco Football Stadium in Buenos Aires, Argentina. One night, when the stadium is deserted, he begins hearing a strange slamming sound. He traces the sound to a changing room where he discovers a wooden door banging open on its own. This happens repeatedly throughout the night, so he turns on his phone camera to capture footage as evidence. It isn't until he reviews the footage later that he discovers the true source of the terrifying sound. After getting footage of the door slamming, the guard pans the camera around the changing room to show that the place is empty. Yet, the camera caught something that his eyes didn't. A shadowy figure passing in front of the camera. Only the shadow is visible in the video, but this is enough to make the video truly terrifying. No one can explain who or what the shadowy creature might have been, but the harrowing experience certainly made an impression on the guard. Not long after shooting the footage, he quit his job to avoid future encounters with the bizarre apparition. You guys are absolutely loving our Halloween t-shirt. It's flying out the door, so make sure you don't miss out, as this bad boy is only available till the end of October. Once Halloween is over, this t-shirt will be as elusive as a Sasquatch in front of a 144p flip phone camera. There's a link to our store just below the player, and it's pinned in the comments.
If you want to see some more scary videos, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a scary playlist there you can binge on for hours. Leave us a comment down below or hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And that's it from me. I'll see you all next time. Pew! How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some real creepy clips found on LiveLeak. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content just like this.
Clips found on LiveLeak don't always fall into the category of the supernatural. In some cases, it isn't a terrifying entity, but an all-too-human neighbour that strikes fear into the entire neighbourhood. This video features a peeping Tom who decides to use his ability to see into a neighbouring apartment to his advantage. In the video, the man enters the room from which he can see inside his neighbour's home and quickly takes his phone off its charger. He then sits somewhere, possibly on the floor, where he's out of sight. Then, the video clearly captures him holding his phone up to the window and snapping pictures of the inside of his neighbour's home. The woman, whose privacy is being invaded, often got creepy vibes from her neighbour when he would rush to meet her while she collected the mail. She eventually called the police. After numerous calls, the police finally came to investigate. When authorities inspected the man's computer, they found numerous inappropriate photos of the woman on his hard drive. The man was promptly arrested. Some of the creepy clips found on LiveLeak are enough to make your skin crawl. One example is this disturbing video uploaded from Southern California in the United States. The user who uploaded the video states that it was recorded on an outdoor security camera between midnight and 3:30 AM. The video focuses on a spot just under the eave of the house. As the camera watches, some sort of creature begins poking its way through the wood. It slowly wriggles its way out. It gradually becomes apparent that the creature resembles a snake or large worm. Its colour and size are unclear from the security footage, and its origin is a complete mystery. Over the course of the video, the creature struggles for quite some time to free itself from the wood. After getting out from the wood, the creature moves around on a nearby vent and pipe for a while, before finally falling to the ground. The video doesn't capture what happens after that, and the creature was never spotted again. A traffic jam may be the last setting you'd expect for creepy clips found on Lively. In this bizarre video, the behaviour of one man navigating the tunnel on foot was enough to have the occupants of a vehicle screaming in fear. The video is supposedly shot in China while the passengers of the car are trapped in traffic. Through the window, they record a strange man walking around in between the cars. When the man reaches their car, passengers record him saying that he wants to clean their car. He then leans over and sloppily kisses the windscreen several times as the passengers cry out in terror. The man is all smiles as he slobbers all over the windscreen. His motivations are unclear, but his behaviour was obviously unnerving to the unsuspecting passengers. Sometimes the creepy clips found on Lively are terrifying not because of what the camera sees, but because of what the camera hears. In this video, it's the spine-chilling audio that made one user tremble long into the night. According to this user, they've been walking down this same hallway almost every night for 15 years to get home to their apartment. They walk the hallway in the late hours of the night, making the sounds even more baffling. The hallway thumps with the sounds of ominous music and heavy bass. There's also an unexplained rapping that seems to be pounding on the ceiling. At first, this videographer assumed the music was coming from a noisy neighbour, playing their music too loudly. However, after 15 years, it seems unlikely that no one would have complained about such loud music so late at night. Would they be hearing the echoes of a party from years ago? Perhaps one that ended in tragedy. This user has no ready explanation for the strange sounds, but is clearly frightened to find out the true source. The last thing most of us want when we're about to bite into our dinner is to end up making one of the creepy clips found on Lively. Unfortunately for these users, they ended up making a stomach-turning video. As these amateur chefs cut into a green bell pepper, they notice something odd. What at first appears to be a stringy piece of pepper is soon discovered to be something else entirely. A massive stringy worm. They begin to pull it out of the inside of the pepper as it wraps and curls around their utensils. Clearly, it's some sort of living creature. The worm mostly just hangs from the pepper, moving slightly. But the chefs who discovered it are clearly disturbed that the mysterious creature could have ended up in their stomachs. Many ghost hunters are familiar with EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon. With this technology, paranormal enthusiasts attempt to collect audio evidence of life beyond the grave. Often, ghosts are able to be picked up through audio, even when their forms are invisible to the naked eye. You don't always need fancy equipment to pick up EVP. Sometimes a cell phone camera is enough to capture the voice of a ghost. When this videographer is working the security detail at an empty building in Los Angeles, California, he's disturbed when he hears strange noises. Believing that he's alone in the building, he goes to investigate, hoping not to encounter an intruder. He calls out, asking if anyone's there. At first, the room is silent. Then, the camera picks up a sound that is barely audible. The security guard continues calling out in hopes of getting a clearer reply. Unfortunately, when he gets a response, it's not the one he's hoping for. As the guard calls out into the empty room, he's eventually answered by the echoing whisper of a disembodied voice saying, "I'm here." The guard quickly exits the area, choosing to leave behind the uninvited guest.
Oh, no, leaving.
People love animals, well, most animals anyway. Certain creatures, such as rats and mice, are usually considered vermin by the majority of people. It's for this reason that when this videographer sees a man on a park bench surrounded by pigeons, often called rats with wings, he takes out his camera and begins filming. The man behind the camera approaches the man on the bench to ask him about the pigeons. The man is holding at least one pigeon in his arms, stroking it tenderly, when the videographer appears. He confronts the man, stating that pigeons are dirty. The man adamantly disagrees, stating that pigeons are some of the cleanest animals in the world. He decides to prove his point by placing the head of the pigeon he's holding into his mouth.
Oh my god.
The videographer seems highly disturbed by this act and leaves the man alone with his feathered friends. It isn't unusual for ghosts to be destructive. Some of the most common stories about hauntings revolve around items being moved or broken by a wayward poltergeist. Often, the damage is the only evidence that anything paranormal is going on. That seems to be the case in this next video. The footage in this clip comes from several security cameras located inside a small shop. The camera is focused on a set of glass shelves holding various items, such as small bottles of oil. The store is deserted and, at the start of the video, entirely still. Suddenly, the stillness is disrupted by shattered glass falling to the ground. At first, the only logical possibilities that come to mind are that something fell on the shelf or the contents of one of the bottles must have exploded. However, in the slow motion replay of the video, it becomes clear that neither explanation holds up. Nothing falls on or touches the shelf before it shatters, and it's clear that the glass panel on the side of the shelf breaks before any of the bottles. The user who uploaded this video seems convinced of a paranormal explanation. Before we get to that number one spot and take a look at one of the creepiest live leak videos ever, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on channel notifications. That way you'll be up to date with all our latest videos. "300 years ago, a young Roman girl, now known as Santa Innocentia or St. Innocence, wanted to convert to Catholicism. Her father forbade her to do so, but the young girl disobeyed her father's wishes. She befriended a nun and through her joined the Catholic Church. After taking her first Holy Communion and returning home, Santa Innocentia was met with her father's wrath. Furious that she had defied him, he took out a knife and stabbed her to death. She became a martyr as one of the first people to be persecuted for the Catholic faith. Santa Innocentia's remains were preserved in wax and placed on display in the Cathedral of Guadalajara in Mexico as a holy relic. Tourists often visit the site and take photos of the mummified saint, dressed in a white ceremonial gown and resting peacefully behind the glass. When one tourist decided to take a video, they got more than they bargained for. The footage shows the videographer quickly panning over the remains before focusing on the face. As the camera records, the deceased saint suddenly opens her eyes and stares right into the camera. Has the saint returned to life? Is her spirit still haunting her final resting place? Or is this a cleverly designed hoax meant to terrify viewers? No one knows for sure, but this clip is one of the creepiest videos LiveLeak has ever seen. Love to get your opinion on this one in the comment section below.
If you want to see some more creepy videos, then check out those two links right there. Now also, in the comment section below, let us know about the weirdest thing you've seen on LiveLeak. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time. Pew! How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious videos you probably shouldn't watch alone. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content just like this.
This strange video was uploaded to Adrian Ramos's YouTube channel in March 2017. It supposedly shows a pombero, a mysterious creature from South American folklore. The pombero is described as being short and having a black complexion with either white or black hair. It's a protector of nature, and is thought to become very angry if a hunter takes more than their fair share of food from the wilderness. It's said that if a person leaves an offering for the pombero, such as tobacco, honey or brandy, then they'll be granted a favour. However, if the person doesn't make the same offering every night for 30 straight nights, then the pombero will be displeased and may cause damage to their property. In this video you can see a group of children playing football when one of them spots something unusual. They soon lose interest in the game and begin to focus in on a strange figure in the distance. At first the creature looks like some sort of monkey. However, if you zoom in you can see that it actually appears to be something else entirely. It's short and dark and appears to shuffle forwards using long arms and crouched hind legs. The creature certainly does bear a striking similarity to pictures and descriptions of the mythological pombero. What do you think? Have these children really captured video proof of this legendary creature from South American folklore? Or could there be another explanation for this creepy video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. This mysterious video was recorded in December 2011 in the Czech Republic by a man who was travelling to the city of Pilsen. On the way, his vehicle was engulfed by a heavy snowstorm, so he decided to stop and wait for the bad weather to pass. He began filming the atrocious conditions when he suddenly spotted what he originally thought was a person in need of some help. The figure appeared to be waving as if to get his attention. However, as it approached the car, the man soon realized that it was not a person at all. The strange figure was actually transparent and looked as if it had no eyes or mouth. Sometime later, the footage was picked up by a local news channel. It was analysed by several paranormal experts who declared that the footage did indeed appear to be authentic. The experts believe that the ghost seen in the video might have been evidence of a residual haunting. A haunting where the soul of a deceased person is thought to reside near the place of their death. The area in which the video was captured is notorious for traffic accidents. In fact, the man who filmed it had also lost a friend in a car accident 20 years prior in almost the exact same spot. Viewers have since discussed the possibility that the ghost might have actually been the man's friend, attempting to warn him of the dangers of the area. While it's unclear exactly what the man did capture on camera, it certainly does look like a transparent human-shaped figure. If this footage is indeed authentic, then it could be one of the best ghost videos ever captured. In 2008, the Argentinian town of General Güemes reported several sightings of a menacing gnome-like creature. This footage, uploaded to Monkey Mech X2's YouTube channel in March 2008, was captured by local Jose Alvarez while playing around with some friends, and supposedly shows the figure emerging from some long grass. Alvarez claims that when the group first saw the grass moving, they thought it was probably just a dog, but then, when the strange creature appeared, they were all really afraid. The quality of the video is rather poor. However, if you zoom in, you can see the gnome-like figure in greater detail. It appears to be very short, and it's wearing a dark, pointy hat. As the figure shuffles sideways, the teens begin to scream, and then the clip suddenly ends. To this day, it remains unclear what exactly Alvarez managed to film that night. Could it have been a small child playing a prank? Or was this a genuine sighting of the mysterious gnome-like creature, said to have been spooking this South American town? This brief clip, uploaded to Kern Kurt's YouTube channel in August 2012, shows what some believe to be a real alien. There's very little information available about the footage other than it was possibly an excerpt taken from a video filmed in Chile sometime around 1985. It shows a large-headed creature with big black eyes, very similar to the classic depiction of an alien grey. It appears to be standing in the darkness alongside a building, and looks as though it's doing its best to avoid being filmed. While the origins of this clip remain shrouded in mystery, it's certainly not the only time someone has claimed to have caught evidence of an alien on camera in Chile. In 2017, civil engineer German Pereira captured this remarkable image while photographing the state police in Parque Forestal in Santiago, Chile. By the side of the horse on the left of the picture, there appears to be a small humanoid creature with a large head casually strolling across the road. Many UFO enthusiasts believe this photo to be some of the most compelling evidence that aliens have indeed visited Earth. And it's hard to disagree with them, as the figure in the photo certainly does look very strange.